Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be telling you guys why I decided to start ant keeping. So whenever I was about 10 years old, I remember sitting in my bed and I pulled up YouTube and I saw an Ants Canada video. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I started watching it and it was of his fire ant colonies that like a big colony that he used to keep. And I watched it from the queen starting, like the entire series, the queen starting in the test tube all the way up to the giant colony that it is. And I thought, this is awesome. So I decided to go outside and just start looking for a queen ant. I kind of just expected to go out there, find her on the spot, and bring it in. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But actually, about 1 month after this, I actually found my very first queen ant. I didn't know the species at all. I don't remember much about it. All I know is that I put this in this like giant like box that you usually put like a bunch of bugs in. And it was just not the thing that you do for a queen ant. And then for the water, I knew it needed water. I took a makeup like removal pad and I put water on it and I just threw it in the nest. 2 days later, I came back and saw that there were no eggs and I just let it go. And then about, I want to say 3 months later, I found a Monomora minimum queen. I picked it up and I put it in a test tube. About 9 months later, there's no eggs, no nothing. I didn't know if she was infertile or what, but all I know is that 9 months and no eggs. But she was obviously a queen if she lived that long, so. But I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to start a colony. After that, on the 4th of July of 2024, I was at a friend's house, and I saw a queen ant on the ground. Might have been Tetramorium. But I saw her on the ground with one wing attached to her, and I scooped her up and I put her in a test tube. And after the first week of keeping her, I saw that all the eggs are just kind of scattered around. That is not what I wanted. Because the main problem with that is because if eggs are scattered around with the queen, it's usually a big sign that she is infertile. Well, she wasn't. The next week, she piled them all together, and about a month later, the first worker was born. This was, the colony was going great, everything was healthy, and then I fed them, their drop of honey. I usually fed them a drop of honey once a week, this is my second time ever feeding them. And they just smeared the honey everywhere, and all the tiny workers just drowned in the honey. After this, I just kind of quit ant keeping. I mean, it was a horrible thing that happened. Because, my very first ant colony, the thing I've always dreamed of, just down the drain. So, about a year later, I ordered my very first colony in December. It was a harvester ant colony, and you guys have seen them multiple times on my channel. And this colony just started off with 10 workers. The next week, 20 workers. The next week, 25. It just kept going. I put them in a mini hearth from Stateside Ants. And the reason why I decided to actually get another colony was because I came across a guy called The Crafting Ant. A very small creator with about 2,000 subscribers. At the time, he had about 300 subscribers or so whenever I first found him. And he actually inspired me to get back into ant keeping. So it was very cool. So after that, I ordered the colony, it arrived, and today it has about 200 workers. So I bought another colony, Formica subcercia. They are not doing as well as the harvester ants. They are just kind of slowly growing. I mean, a worker has died, and they keep eating the eggs for, I don't know why. So anyway, I kind of had that colony, and I kind of just watched the colonies grow. And the reason, I've always, the reason why I really wanted to keep ants is because ever since I was little, I've always, loved nature, I've always loved plants, I've always loved animals. And, again, Ants Canada was a huge boost for me to be like, this is awesome, I want to observe their lives every single day, and I want to see what ants are about. Now for some good news. After my last video of having my brother choose my next ant colony, I actually asked my mom for Camponotus americanus. She actually said yes. I immediately ordered the colony, and Stateside Ants actually said that the colony's on the way, so I cannot wait. Now I'm going to tell a story on these ants, and the name for them is going to be the Maroon Raiders. This is because the ant has this nice shiny maroon color, and I'm not very creative with names. So I like the name though myself, the Maroon Raiders. I'm also going to name my harvester ant colony the Ruby Rebels. This is because they have this ruby color, again, not creative with names, and I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of a ruby. So with that being said, I'm super happy to get my Camponotus americanus colony very soon, this week probably, And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.